Hey everybody, welcome back to the Engearment.com podcast. I'm your host, Sean Sewell, and I'm going to do my best to try and recap what's been up with Engearment, the readers, the listeners, the reviewers, the writers, the adventurers, all over the last week. So, the last few podcasts have been recorded live in the mountains, and that's been a lot of fun. Today we're at our home office here in Denver, Colorado, and we've been crushing it on a lot of cool upcoming stories, gear reviews, interviews, and just generally awesome stuff. So let's start with the writers and some of the recent posts since the last time we talked. So as of last week, we have up Will Rickards, our Welsh friend, and his son Kai went over to the UK, where they're from, and thoroughly put through the Msr light jacket. It is a very, very entertaining read. I suggest you check it out. And also, the jacket is, I believe, half off right now at REI, making it very affordable for a super lightweight, waterproof jacket. So, hats off to Will Rickards and Kai for testing that out. And then Aaron Rose and his wife, Mary Beth, and daughter, Arabella, tested out the Red Paddle Company's Voyager Tandem 15-foot dual or triple person paddleboard. So that was a fun project. As you probably recall from previous episodes, Aaron and his wife are both deaf. And so this was a fun project on a lot of levels where Aaron and I went out and tested this stand-up paddleboard. Aaron actually has quite a bit of skill set as a surfer out from the East Coast, and it translated over very well for him trying to navigate this big paddleboard, especially when he had his wife and daughter on there. And then, almost like a comedy show, I jumped on the paddleboard, and I suck at it, but he was able to help compensate for my lack of skill and make it a lot of fun still. So we shot a nice video for that, and he went through the hard work and subtitled it, especially helpful for people who just want to read it or for people who are hard of hearing as he is. So it's a very helpful review there. And then our other Will Coleman, Will in the Alpine, Mr. Badass Nomadic Van Life Super Calf. He has been testing out quite a bit of Msr and Thermarest products. He recently did a trip out to Ranier with two of his good friends, and it was an excellent opportunity to test out 2 tents and a tarp, as well as a really cool 1 pound ultra lightweight sleeping bag that he'll have a review of that pretty soon. We'll talk about what he does have up right now, which is the Msr Access 2 tent, which is a ski touring 4-season tent. And I actually have been using it myself last week, and I really, really am impressed with it. So I'll have my 2 cents in here, but he used it on Ranier in very windy conditions and snowy and all that good stuff, as you'll see in the review. And he really liked it. One of the things we like about it is it's lightweight, about 4 pounds for a 2-person tent with complete compatibility using it year-round, meaning he uses it in snow and high winds, and I use it here in Colorado at around 10,500 feet. And my goal was actually to try and get some condensation. So I had it completely sealed up. My 2 dogs and I sleep in a 1 sleeping bag, really trying to get, try and get it hot in the tent and get some condensation. And we couldn't do it, which is unheard of. I mean, every tent gets some kind of condensation, but this Access 2 is just so well engineered that we cannot get it to fail, which is fantastic. And also it sets up very easily. I was impressed. It's very intuitive, and they have I forget the exact term for the waterproof and they put on this tent, but it's very, very durable and waterproof. So I'm going to be putting that through a lot of use this upcoming splitboarding season and winter camping season. He also did a great review on the Msr Direct Advanced 2 Pro, and that's a single wall tent, and that's that fit very well into his mountaineering objectives because it sets up just 2 poles. It sets up from the outside. It's minimalist. There's no vestibule. It takes a very small footprint. And he's a little bit shorter than I am, so he fits in that tent very well. And his partner had one too. One of his partners had the same tent, and so they withstood even crazier winds up on Ranier with that thing. And it's just it's a very burly, very useful tent. Again, we have full detailed reviews on that on Engearment.com. Kate Agathan had a great interview with Gary Roach of the 14er Mindset. So that's a good read. And he did a talk at our local Arc'teryx last week in Cherry Creek. So that was pretty cool. Fascinating person. So that's a good read right there. And then I put up a post for the Yakima Slim Shady. I know it's a pretty funny name. My wife gets a kick out of it. But what we really get a kick out of is it's a really cool deployable awning that goes on the side of your vehicle. Any kind of roof rack will work. And for $300, you get a very sturdy, waterproof, sunproof awning on the side of your vehicle. And I was impressed with that. And so Yakima was digging that review too. So they're going to send out some more stuff for us to test. I think was it Dr. Trey or something to akin like that for our fat bikes to get mounted on. And then I put up a review for the Patagonia Stretch Rain Shadow. We have an article about the blue-green algae thing going on here this time of year. A lot of lakes get this really funky algae, and it has actually been killing a lot of dogs, getting a lot of attention. So we reached out to an expert in the field, and he gave us some good advice about that. And this is just scratching the surface. So, this is really, really cool. This doesn't really, it exists because we tested it, but it comes out in 2020. It's the Patagonia Ascensionist 55-liter Alpine pack. So, again, Mr. Alpine, Will in the Alpine, tested that guy out. And he's actually a guide, too. He's a professional mountain guide here in Colorado, a climbing guide, and he uses this pack all the time. So it's seen quite a bit of use. And if you're in the market for a sizable mountaineering winter backpack, definitely check that out. What else? Yeah, Msr Advanced 2. Oh, this is really cool. We have a new writer, Marka. It's her birthday today, actually. And she interviewed Vince Sanders from Never Summer, who is just a stud. I'll have an interview with him in about 2 or 3 weeks. And his title is Chairman of the Boards. He is in snowboards. It's a pretty awesome title. And her job, her real day-to-day job is sustainability. So she goes through and audits and finds opportunities on how companies can do better with sustainability and just best practices and stuff. And she was really impressed with Never Summer from that capacity. I've been a big fan of Never Summer for 20 years plus, and a big fan of Vince for almost that same amount of time. And I honestly never thought about the sustainability aspect of it. So that was a nice eye-opener for sure. Check that one out. And I'm sure there's a couple more articles in there. And then also, as of today, I got really deep in nerding and coding. And so you probably know we work with a lot of companies. I was trying to track down how many companies we worked with in the last few years. It's well over 100 companies, and not like no-name companies, but big ones. And so I reached out to all the companies for current sale prices and coupon codes and, whatever I can do to get you guys a deal. And I created a page on Engearment.com called Coupons with an exclamation point because I'm so excited. So go over there in this dynamic too. So it's not just coupons for today or this weekend because it's Labor Day weekend coming up, but it's actually dynamic, meaning it updates, every time they have a new coupon. So you can subscribe to that part through RSS and make sure you have the best deals when you go shopping. There's also a really cool feature we have had since day one, like 5 or 6 years ago when we made the website, called Gear Search. And I know because I can track the traffic, not too many people go there, probably because they don't know much about it. So in a nutshell, how it works is we create an algorithm that searches the entire internet to find your piece of gear for the best price possible. So say you wanted to get a pair of ski boots. You would type in the specific ski boot name and then push search. And then the Engearment website does the hard work for you. It scans everywhere online. You can purchase these boots and it finds the best price. That's pretty awesome. So going over to Engearment.com, and in the menu, you'll see Gear Search. Pretty simple. In other news too, back in the fitness world. So I've been touching on the Mountain Fitness School, StrongFirst founder Pavel's new book, The Quick and the Dead. And this morning I was notified that the audiobook version of The Quick and the Dead is available. So of course I purchased that and listened to it. And in chapter 4, there's a really cool shout out to me in the book. Imagine you have a mentor or a person you look up to greatly, and you hear them say your name in an internationally published audiobook. Doesn't have to be in fitness, it can be underwater basket weaving or whatever, but to hear them say your name and give you credit for something, and if that can get people excited about something and help them with their health and their fitness and their path, that's pretty awesome stuff right there. So Thank you, Pavel. Thank you, StrongFirst, for that really great opportunity. So go give it a check out on Audible, or I'll have a link below where to purchase the book. That's like $15 and it'll change the way you train. So really cool stuff. And upcoming stuff. Kate, Drew, and myself have working on this wedding gear gift guide for about 2 months. And as far as we know, there's no other wedding gear gift guide for outdoor folk out there. So this will be a really cool, groundbreaking, hopefully helpful, I think it'd be very helpful, guide, not only for people getting married, but for people looking to get stuff for people getting married. I know my wife and I got married. We're both very outdoorsy, and people were kind of at a loss for what to get us, besides gift cards for like REI or backcountry.com, which are always great. But wouldn't it be great and more meaningful to get that couple something unique that they will use, and every time they go use it, they might think about their uncle who purchased it for them, or their friend. So I think that's more meaningful. So it is going to be a huge guide, probably the biggest guide we've ever done, which is saying quite a bit. So stay tuned for that. I'm shooting for middle of September. At this pace, I might get it done a week early just because I'm so excited about it. And that should be a lot of fun. What else is going on? Just got a package today from Smartwool, some new technology from them. We'll have that going. And I'm testing out some lithium polymer rechargeable batteries right now too, which is totally new to me. I've never seen lithium polymer. And so I shot the video for that last week, and I've been using them. And they have a little miniature USB port on each battery side, so you can charge them individually, which is pretty cool. But the bigger takeaway is they charged fast. In fact, I charged them at 11,000 feet with a solar charger, which is a basic solar panel. They charged in under 2 hours for 8 batteries. So I thought that was pretty impressive. So Blue Planet, I believe is the name of that one. So stay tuned for that. And boy, there's a lot in the pipeline. I won't bore you with it all because I can't even wrap my own head around it because I'm so far in the forest. I need to take a step back and reevaluate. Tomorrow, I'm going to head up to Boulder to hang out with my friend Monkey Dan. This guy has more energy than anybody I've ever met. He is a hoot. So Monkey Dan has a company. Him and his other monkey brother, I believe it's Monkey Dan and Monkey Dave, started this company called Monkey Bars. And basically it's a suspension trainer that is portable and made in Boulder. Really cool. So, and the first generation was on Kickstarter, and I backed it as a fanboy and everything. And over the years, I got to know Dan very well. He's a great person. About 2 seasons ago, him and I went winter camping a few times, and went split boarding and shot some monkey fitness videos. So he has a new product coming out, and it'll be on Kickstarter. And of course, we're going to get behind it and do an exclusive with him. So tomorrow, I'm going to go interview him and see what the heck is going on with him and his new stuff. Probably shoot a crazy fitness video too. So something fun to look forward to. And ladies, you definitely want to see the video. Dan has got basically a 10-pack instead of 8-pack for his abs. So little eye candy for y'all. So stay tuned for that. And I think that ought to do it for now. So thank you for your time again, as always. Love you guys for listening. And till next time.